front row. Al Unser Jr. sitting back 3 rows behind. The field coming to full alignment now. Off to the 4th turn. We watch for Dwayne Sweeney, the starter, with a green flag. The green flag is out. And the 74th running of the Indianapolis 500 is underway. Fittipaldi leads Mears into the first turn.
Of Roger Penske did not lead a single lap in last year's race. There were 3 of them in that race. There are 2 of them now running first and second.
Aerial bombs being fired off overhead to mark the positions of the cars in each of the 4 corners. And Emerson Fittipaldi becomes the first driver to lead that opening lap 2 years in a row since Bobby Unser did it back in 1972 and 73.
Well, we knew Emmo was going to be tough. We all kind of predicted he was going to take off and go really fast. We also thought Rick would be right behind him, and that's where he is right now. Emmo is going to cause this race to be very fast.
In 3rd place is Arie Luyendyk. Bobby Rahal has moved up and dropped into 4th. On the backside now, it is still Fittipaldi. Reminiscent of last year when he jumped into the lead from the outside, moving past pole sitter Rick Mears, and then began to drive away.
We've talked about how important the subtle adjustment of these cars are. Emerson Fittipaldi spent a lot of time here Thursday, the last time they practiced, picking out the tires. There's his wife, Teresa, that he wanted to start.
Wind turbulence. They've never known this. Everything so far in practice has been like run with 1 or 2 cars at a time is all.
Maybe Mario got his bad luck out of the way this month. He was sideswiped a few days ago as he was driving his personal car out of the museum. That's the sort of thing that happens to him in the race. Let's hope he's been able to put it behind him.
The records roll off here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. They're averaging 211 miles an hour. Fittipaldi started the race ranked 25th in lap leader standings. He's now in 20th.
Now let's see where they pull the hood off. They're moving too slow. Smoke coming out of the back. Obviously, he's got an engine or transmission going.
Oh, and once again, a great disappointment for Mario. Let's go to Jack.
Well, Paul, it is an engine that has expired. The first Chevrolet of the race has gone out, and that is Mario Andretti. They're going to take the bonnet off, but it's all over. Not since 1969 has he seen victory lane.
When you see the smoke come out like that, it's pretty much done, and that's sad for Mario. How much bad luck can one man have?
It's terribly sad for Mario Andretti. Let's take a ride around this magnificent circuit with Al Unser Jr., currently 4th. Mario Andretti's rear wing. You're looking at Al Unser Jr. as he threads his way past another car. And right to me, we're on board with Rick Mears' car right there. Not only is a television signal being sent from this car, but there's telemetry, all kinds of data being sent back to the Penske pit from Fittipaldi's car, from the Porsches. Why aren't they getting a better handle on this track?
They just missed it because of all the rain, because of the lack of practice all month, because of the different types of racetracks that they've run on. Almost every day that they ran, with the exception of qualifying, was very high wind. Now look at the rubber on the track. You can see every streak of it rather than just seeing a great big wide car and a half width wide groove that you normally see here. There's just not much down.
And the car's adjustability exists within a range.
Is right there to acknowledge, as is the leader of the race, Emerson Fittipaldi. Bobby Rahal is lined up, running in 2nd place behind Fittipaldi. Then the 5 car of Al Unser Jr. cycled into 3rd place, coming out of those stops. Michael Andretti sits in 4th place. Arie Luyendyk is in 5th. And we are back up to speed in racing at the Indianapolis 500. 51 laps just completed by the leader. There's the fastest rookie in the field. Eddie Cheever takes a move to the inside, but here is the fight on the racetrack. Andretti and Unser battling side by side.
3 abreast going right into that turn. But positions are starting to become very important. Keep in mind when we look at Rick Mears, even though he was leading the pack, Paul, that's all there is between he and Fittipaldi of being a lap down, and he didn't stop the last time. So he's trying to gain that lap back.
Fighted for third place. Al Unser Jr. has it. Michael Andretti is right behind and wants it. That's Little Al moving under Pancho Carter, who comes up high in the groove and gives him plenty of room as they come through the corner, then has to reassume his line. But Pancho, one of the great race drivers here, he's never won here. He's only won one race in the Champ Cars, and that was the Michigan 500. But he knows who's around him and always gives him plenty of room.
Little Al pulling out to make that clean pass, was running roughly this same way at this point of the race last year, and also behind Emerson Fittipaldi. He's a man who likes to drive even his own street car himself. He won't let his wife or any of his friends drive. He always wants to be in control.
Now Al Unser Jr. comes inside and passes Cheever. Little Al, especially since he knows that it's happened before at critical times.
Except that there's quite a... This is looking from Rahal's car back at Little Al. You know, there's still a lot of race left, though, and I think Little Al knows very well that he can stay second, third, fourth, as long as he's on the lead lap, and you see him right behind Rahal there, ready to counterattack.
He's tucked in. He comes to the inside on the home straight, and he comes around Bobby Rahal, so the fight continues for second place. Lap 71 just completed by the leader, Emerson Fittipaldi.
Now, there was a deal where you saw Little Al come by, but he got alongside, and Rahal physically let him go on by because he didn't think the confrontation was worth having any problems. Now, think of what Emo did earlier in the race. When he got that far alongside on the outside, or somebody did to him, he just kept right on going on the outside, Paul.
Well, Emerson Fittipaldi, the leader of the race.
On their next pit stop, Paul.
Emerson Fittipaldi, the leader, rolls into the Penske pit. Here's Jack.
Interesting contrast here as Emerson Fittipaldi's crew goes to work. They are not, at least seemingly not at all concerned. They had a slight problem as we look at the helmet cam with taking off the left front tire, but they are going about their business in a very business-like manner. They have not made major adjustments to their car. This is definitely an unscheduled pit stop. A quick survey of the tires all the way around, still going methodically around the car, even though, as we said, this is an unscheduled stop. The crew is adding fuel, taking advantage of this, but this will be costly for Fittipaldi in his chase for the lead. Another blistered right rear tire, Paul.
15 seconds in and out as they fight a changing course surface here. Bobby Unser has touched on it before, rolling back into the Penske pits again. This will send him even further back after early domination.
He was as close as 6 seconds out of the lead. Not now.
Running third when he turned in for the pits. These seconds tick away. He falls further and further behind. In fact, about 235 feet per second he falls behind for every second that he stops.
And we still don't see...
the gap between first and second continues to narrow. Luyendyk has been as close as 0.6 of a second behind Bobby Rahal. Rick Mears jumps in and out of the pits in 14.3 seconds. We continue to watch this battle, and Luyendyk continues to close. Continue to fight their way around this track. A battle for first and second.
Unless a yellow were to come out. Scheduled to stop in about 4 laps. You see Arie Luyendyk hunting down Bobby Rahal.
Hunts him down, has him alongside for the moment, and goes ahead as Rahal just brushes the brakes. It's Luyendyk in the lead of the Indianapolis 500.
You can watch Rahal getting to come right down to the grass or go down the low line, and he looked over there and he says, wow, there's Luyendyk. Can't make it.
And listen to the crowd. Arie Luyendyk has been a man who has conceded that he has a monkey on his back. There is his wife, Nikki, and because he has been winless for so long, you can imagine.
Started 32nd and is now up running in 18th place. On the pit road now, here is the leader of the race, Arie Luyendyk. This will be his last stop as well. Gary Gerould is there waiting.
And Paul, we wait with anticipation there. The nose is in sight. He glides in smoothly, right on target. What a story this man has been. What a story this team has been all during the month of May. Chevrolet power for the first time. We see blisters on the right rear, Paul, as it comes off. The first blistering for Arie Luyendyk.
Bobby Rahal, there it is. You're looking at Bobby Rahal as he maneuvers around this track, and Arie Luyendyk moves back into the action. And a tremendous roar comes up from this crowd. Rahal at the head of the main straightaway. Luyendyk coming up to speed now. Green flag is out. We're continuing under green flag racing. Will Rahal catch Luyendyk? They run through the first corner. Luyendyk just ahead on the track, but still trying to come up to speed.
Remember, Paul, the blister tire is telling us a story. There's still quite a few miles till the end. There's Luyendyk right there. It could be that he may have problems. Powerful don't always win. This is just a single car team versus the big multi-car team.
Wayne Sweeney gives the white flag, signaling one more lap to Arie Luyendyk, and Emerson Fittipaldi comes past there, but it doesn't matter to Arie because Arie is a good 12 seconds out in front of the second place Bobby Rahal.
Arie Luyendyk, 36 years old, half a lap now from having that monkey of winless streaks off of his back.
What a race to win.
An incredible win it will be, and at an incredible pace. 185.8 miles an hour, his average on the last lap. There's the main straightaway line ahead, and his destiny. Arie Luyendyk comes for the checkered flag and picks up the win as Arie Luyendyk wins the 74th running of the Indianapolis 500, his very first IndyCar victory. The crew, well, they're going nuts. Doug Shearson has to be the happiest man on the earth. His car has won the Indianapolis 500. His happiness perhaps rivaled only by this man's car.
Dutchman takes the customary swig of milk. Doug Shearson giving him the congratulations. Arie Luyendyk, welcome to the Indianapolis 500 victory lane.
I think it's a dream. I don't know what's happening. It's unbelievable.
It all happened so quick. You qualified on the outside of that front row. You did so very well. And then all during the practice, you kept saying to us, watch us in the race. And the race came to you today.
They certainly did. I just hung in there at the beginning. We had some push, and the guys did a great job. They cured the handling, and at the end of the race, when it counted, the car was just beautiful. And I have to thank all the guys of my team, Doug Shearson.
Hey, most people come into victory lane and they're soaking wet and perspired. Your hair's just a little wet, but you don't even seem like this was much of a 500-mile contest for you.
No, this is the hard work right here. I mean, this is I can't believe this is happening. I'd like to say hi to my parents out there. They're watching in Holland. I'm sure they're proud. And my wife's parents, Mika.
Hey, average speed, a new record, 185 miles an hour. Your name goes in the record book as the fastest 500-mile race winner ever.
Well, I don't care if we were doing 60 miles an hour average. We still got first place, and that was count. This is unbelievable.
When you came down and took the checkered flag, what was it? Was it an emotional moment? Was it a moment that you thought about, or was it just business as usual?
I was trying to keep myself together. We had 25 laps to go, and I said, you know, just treat this like anything else out there. Don't let it get to your head. And I was real calm, and there wasn't any problem. And I actually thought I had one more to go. So when I saw the checker, I just kind of went nuts in my helmet.
Well, Doug Shearson,